So yeah, this is my official transfer, or graduation, completion, completion. Um, but it shows that I finished a bachelor's of science in management and marketing, which for me is kind of huge. Um, I never thought that I would be a college graduate. I had no intentions of going to college, and this says that I did it. I put in the time. I put in the effort. I have my name and student number and a few other things blocked out for privacy reasons, but that line says that all requirements are completed and in progress courses being used. I'm excited. It's 18 pages long. I don't know how long a normal one is. I really don't. I've never seen one. But I never really wanted to go to school. And everything got checked off. I met the credit requirement. To graduate, I took all the classes. And it's a big deal for me. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I graduated high school. And that was in 2007. It is now the end of January. You'll be seeing this, I think, January 31st of 2016. So it took me just shy of a decade.
Did you hear I finally graduated?
Yeah, and just a shade under a decade, too. All right.
You know, a lot of people go to college for 7 years.
I know. They're called doctors.
I don't know. I guess I didn't really have anything to say about that, but I know what you're thinking. And it really comes down to me doing it. I went to a 2-year school. I went to a community college for a good long time. I went from August of 2007 until, I think, January or June of 2012. So about 5 years at a community college. Just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And from 2012 until the January of 2016, I went to a state university that I could afford. That's why I went there. I didn't go to a big 4-year university with parties. I didn't go with my friends. I made new friends. And that's the thing, is I sat and did something that I never expected to happen. And I never really thought I would do it. And I graduated with a 2.9 GPA. It's not the best GPA that's out there, but it's pretty good. Do I have student loan debt? Yes, I have some. But for the most part, I look at some of what my friends have paid and what one of my friends just paid for the University of Minnesota. I've pretty much paid 2 years of schooling on my own, if not more. I looked up how much money I've paid, and it was insane. I couldn't afford to go to a big university. And if you think that the only way to go to a big university, or the only way to go to college is to go to a big university where it's the stereotypical parties, I've got a few thoughts on that. But here's the thing. I went to a 2-year school. I worked part-time, anywhere from as low as 15 hours a week at one point, all the way up to, I think at one point in time I had done 35 hours at my job. What was really cool was getting to work in a field and find glass blowing, and then being able to be a TA in the glass blowing labs, and the stained glass and the fusing, and just being around that all day long, and working 15 hours for, I think it was $8 at that point, and minimum wage was like $7.50. But it was cool because I got to sit and blow glass and get paid and be around a lot of really nice people. It makes some really good friends in that point. I am actually going to post this to both my professional and my personal Facebooks, because this is something that I want my family and my friends to see. I didn't start out with the intention. I never wanted to go to school, but I'm glad that I was forced to go. I'm glad that my grandma helped me as much as she could. And that's the thing, is it is possible to do it on your own. It's tough, but you can do it. I know a lot of people are doing it. I don't believe that college education is perfect for everyone, but if you don't know what to do with your life, maybe you're a junior or senior in high school and you're watching this going, I don't know what to do, and you just kind of feel lost on what you want to do, take a year, go to a community college, take a bunch of classes, see what you want to do. It's a lot cheaper than a 4-year school. It's also a lot less work to get into, and there's a lot of stereotypes that are going to go along with it, but it's going to get you something. Maybe you find out that you really like writing, or you really like something else. If that doesn't work, maybe go to a trade school for a year and see if that works for you too. I think that there's a lot of options right now for students, and I think that that's something that we need to sit down and look at as a whole. Is not everyone's made for college. I struggled through college. There are classes that I should have done way better in, and I know I should have done way better in them, but I didn't. I pushed through them. I got my C, and I graduated. My stats is a great example. I took my stats class, and I had a D in it by points, but the teacher knew I was trying, and he said if I continue to get help, both through him and the tutoring center, and I went to the final, he'd give me a C, and he did. He kept his end of the bargain, and I kept up mine. I did my best. I think I ended up with 69.9% in that class, but he was really cool and bumped it up to a C just so I'd pass the class. And I met a lot of amazing teachers along the way. I had a really amazing advisor that really helped out. And I know I'm rambling right now, but it's finding those resources. And in college, it's a giant resource. Talk to students, see who is a good professor, see who's the bad professor. I think the biggest bad professor that I actually had was that an English teacher who didn't speak English. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. The guy that's teaching you how to write in English papers and stuff didn't speak English, but I passed the class, I got the credits, I moved on. There are some bad professors out there. It's unfortunate, but most of them are really good. And sometimes just talking to them and seeing who they would recommend for a class can really help you out. A lot of schools have tutoring centers. Even YouTube can help. I'm sure that there's almost anything that you need to learn on YouTube. And the biggest thing is just, trying. If you're willing to try something, and you might fail, but if you're willing to try it, that's something that will, it'll at least show employers, hey, they tried school. It might not be for you. Maybe it is. Even if you're in school, and you work for a big company, they might pay for it as well. So there's a lot of resources out there. I don't know what's next for me, but I know where I've been, and I'm excited. I'm not the most eloquent speaker, and I'm sorry for that.